advertisement is defined as a notice of announcement in a public medium promoting a product, service, or an event. And advertising is one of those things that is so important you don't even notice it. And it's everywhere. On billboards, buildings, on posters, in stores, in newspapers, in movies, on the radio, on TV, and on the internet. But what exactly is an advertisement other than being a picture of a woman being forced to eat salad for thousands of people to see? What makes an advertisement an advertisement? We'll get to that in a second. First and foremost, an advertisement is made with an ultimate objective, either to inform, develop awareness, modify behavior, or to create needs. Inform is pretty straightforward in presenting what would be desirable from your product or service while deliberately avoiding anything bad about it. It doesn't have to be blunt, it's like a subtle way of saying, hey, this exists if you're interested. Develop awareness is to bring attention to a problem or an important thing. Any PSAs from the government or an ad about drunk anything are perfect examples of awareness advertising. Modify behavior is the influential undertone that seems important or notable by the name itself, and that's what makes it credible and trustworthy, because we think it's good when in reality it just costs more. But on the bright side, develop awareness also plays a role in modifying behavior to bring attention to something that should be publicly avoided for a better tomorrow. And finally, create needs is what capitalism is notorious for, because it gives off the appearance of what you could supposedly become if you buy this product. Advertisements are then targeted towards specific audiences to appeal to, be it age groups, certain hobbies and interests, or types and classes of people, or preferably just in general because it's easier. Then the medium your product will be presented in is determined. You can duke it out the old-fashioned way and use newspapers, television, radio, and posters, or you can go for a more contemporary approach and use the internet and social media, or just go crazy and use planes or something. All in all, it revolves around buying ad space of some sort to capture people's attention and roster their money and commitment and substitute for what you've spent to publish your ads and then some. Basing this off of a typical visual campaign, the ad must have a logo, a slogan, or tagline, and an image, and altogether they have the same criteria. Be authentic. Something unique and appealing with a clever twist, an element that can be isolated from the other two and still be recognized and entice others to share the info. Troubleshooting is key, however, because your first ideas aren't always your best one, so consult some people to show them your ad, ask what they think of it, and if they understand it and what can be improved. Then take that information and apply it to maximize your ability to appeal to the target demographic you have in mind. What strategies are utilized to make the ad more impactful in cognition are some of the following. Repetition, facts and numbers to show credibility, comparison for the audience to not do so on their own, empathy to make people resonate like a bunch of dobros in a feedback room, product placement in other medias and idle endorsements, basically getting Tom Cruise to promote salad and making him say it'll turn you to Jesus or something. And everyone's favorite, humor. God knows I can't provide a good example of that. But these are just a few of the many tricks and tips to twist people the opposite way to buy your junk. Once it's out there and people have been persuaded, then the intention to sell is far from complete. Using the past address elements that were used to make the product be known in the first place, more advertisements of varied approaches and styles must be made to appeal to more people, in return gaining more recognition, sales, and profit. And the vicious cycle of money flying back and forth like a snowstorm will continue until the ads are brought to a close due to revenue income being substantial enough to keep the company afloat while it works on other projects to later advertise, or until something else like bankruptcy or lack of supply and demand happens. In conclusion, businesses all have the same goal, to rob people blind of their cash and take over the world. With products. But in order to do that, their information must be spread in a fashion that is effective in dissemination and attraction, and any company you can think of have the same objective within the mediums they're working in respectively, so it only makes the ubiquitous game of being prolific all the more difficult. But if it pulls off well, then it goes to show how crucial and advantageous the concept of advertising is to bringing substantial footing for any foundation of a grander project, to bring a smile to as many people as possible. End of recording.